Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video. Today we're actually going to be seafoaming the WRX through the intake, I think it's the intake manifold pressure sensor. So it's pretty much what we do is we remove the intake pressure manifold, or the intake manifold pressure sensor, and spray some of this in there. So I just did this to the Lexus, and I figured since I had another bottle, I would do it to the WRX. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. So I've seen a whole bunch of ways to do this, but the way that I saw worked best is if you go ahead and take out the car, go ahead and warm it up, get it to operating temperature. So on the WRX, I've noticed it's about 192 on the access port, at least your coolant temperature is. And then is what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, if you already have your engine cover off, then great. If not, I just take mine off, just take that off real quick. And then is what you're gonna wanna get is this right here. This is gonna be your intake manifold pressure sensor. You're gonna wanna get a 10mm wrench like this. You're gonna wanna loosen it and then just kind of take it off. It's where you can kind of loosen it with your hands. Like that. That bolt will come off. We'll put that right there on my intake. And then the sensor just kind of comes out like that. So I've heard also people will like to clean the sensor while it's out too, just because it'll do just fine. And then you're gonna wanna go ahead and get your seafoam, and then you're gonna wanna get the straw, and you're gonna wanna kind of go and try and get each individual runner right here. So you'll try and stick the straw down here, down here, down here, down here, and then people spray down the middle. So let's go ahead and grab the straw and let's go ahead and start spraying. All right, here it is with the straw on. The straw usually comes bent like this, so it actually makes it easy because you can kind of get it in there, and you can actually, well, that was a fail. Okay, now that we got an end pointed towards, I believe this is cylinder 3, I'm not 100% sure, but we got it pointed to the top left. And you'll give it a couple squirts, just go ahead and pull it out and then do it to the other side. All right, now that we got it pointed to the other side, we can go ahead and give it a couple spritz of that. And then we'll go ahead and get these two down here. All right. Got that side, and now it's time to get this one. All right. And then finally, we'll just get some right here in the middle. And that should be good right there. So now what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to go ahead and put that manifold pressure sensor back on. Go ahead and put that 10mm back on, and then just tighten it down. Let me grab my wrench.
I don't know what happened to one of these recovery points just in this end. That's crazy.
Okay, so this is kind of a disclaimer. I've heard that this isn't really the best way to clean your valves per se, just because this is a direct injection. I've seen people, usually with WRXs, you have to do what's called walnut blasting, where you pretty much have to blast walnuts into the valves, and it's a pain. They say to do it, they recommend doing it every 60 to 80,000 miles. My car only has, I think, about 55,000 miles on it right now, so it's not quite there yet, but I will probably end up doing that at some point soon, just to be safe with it. But yeah, so now that you have that done and you have your manifold pressure sensor back on, now you can go ahead and start the car, which I've heard can be a little bit of a pain. You have to pepper the gas to get it to start up. So we'll try and get it started real quick, just because of all the seafoam that's kind of there in the system, and it's gonna smoke. So don't worry, you didn't blow your head gasket, but. It'll want to die. Come on, don't die on me. We'll check. Usually a lot of smoke will come out. Sometimes, depending on your car, it'll take a little bit, but yeah, it'll probably take a good couple seconds for it to kind of get through the system, and then it'll start smoking. But again, that's normal. It's supposed to do that. That means it's working. So means it's attacking and cleaning your valves, which is a good thing. So we'll just rev it up a little bit and I'll just kind of let it sit for a little bit, and I'm sure it'll start smoking here in a good second. All right, another good way to do it, to let it get all the way through your system, is to go ahead and keep the car revved at about 2,000 RPMs for a little bit. And eventually smoke will start coming out. But yeah, it's normal that it'll do this. So I remember doing it in my friend's car, and it took a couple minutes of him revving the absolute hell out of his car, and then it finally came out. So yeah, you just have to be a little patient with it. All right, so I'm actually running to my boy's crib real quick. We're gonna go just chop some stuff up. He just got back from a trip. Actually, it's Richie's house. So we're gonna take the WRX and we're gonna hit the freeway for a second and kind of let everything get up to operating temperature again. And it's been sitting for about 20 minutes now, so I think it's fine to kind of go ahead and go drive around for a little bit and get it up to highway speeds, you know, let it get through the system. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. All right, we're getting on the freeway now, just gonna get it up to speed. Through the system. The car seems to be running fine. I guess it's probably just a mental thing, but I feel like the car runs slightly better just having that stuff go through its system, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm gonna drive around for a little bit longer, kind of let all the fluids get through the system and all that, and then after that I think the process is kind of done. All right, we just made it to my boy Richie's crib. We got the WRX, we got his Hawkeye STI, we got his GTI, and then he just got his IS back. So the IS is back, brand new motor in it. So maybe we'll go take it for a spin or something, because now that the car is back. But yeah, so I think all the seafoam went through all the system, went through the whole system, and the car is running just fine. So I have no complaints about that. So this is Richie's factory 5-speed manual. So it's got the manual from the factory, and it's got the LSD. So this is a little drift project. Yeah. Yo, what's up, guys? New day. So today, actually, what we're doing is I'm actually deep cleaning my interior of my car right now. Earlier, I took it and kind of washed it. It looks much better because it looked terrible. But yeah, so now it's time for the interior part, because my interior is looking not so great. The back's kind of terrible just because I got clothes and stuff like that back there. But yeah, so it also is what I'm doing is I'm pretty much going to do a full refresh when it comes to smells, because I mean, not that my car smells bad, but it could always be better. So is what I got over here is I have a new cabin air filter, and then this Meguiar's Refresh odor eliminator. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to clean out my interior. I'm going to do the odor remover. I'm going to kind of let that air out. I'm going to change the cabin air filter, and then I'm going to add a new scent to the car. And I think that's will be something nice to just walk into every time. So also is what I'm doing is I'm kind of removing all the stuff out of my trunk, because I always drive around with my detailing equipment back here, and you can see it just makes a total mess of everything. And yeah, so now I have no trunk storage. So here, I'm gonna just take it all out, honestly. And I guess whenever I need to go do a job, then I will put it all back in. But until then, I'm just gonna take it all out. All right, now with all the main stuff out, you can see why I need to get all this stuff out, because we have leaking bottles. We have bottles that have leaked out completely. Stuff that's currently leaking, and it's just annoying because like, look at this, you know, I don't even remember what product was in here. But yeah, so I just need to pretty much clean it all out, and yeah, I'm just glad I'm getting it done now. All right, I finally got the trunk cleared, and here's, yeah. So I'm gonna pull this out and I'm gonna clean this because stuff like this is disgusting. But yeah, I got the essentials. I got some electrical tape, some duct tape, some wire cutters, and some zip ties just in case for stuff, you know, someone starts to hang off. Well, you gotta do something with it, so better have that stuff in your car when you need it than to not have it when you need it. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out and clean this. So I didn't film it, but I just used this. Pretty much what you do is you turn your AC on the lowest setting there is on the highest fan, so coldest and highest fan. You pretty much press this locking trigger in, and it kind of locks it and it sprays all the stuff out. You let it sit for 15 minutes, and then once it's done, you kind of open all the doors like this, turn off your car, and kind of let it air out. So while that's airing out, I'm trying to clear all this stuff out. I'm actually going to change the cabin air filter really quickly. Never done it on this car, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same as every other car, so I'm not worried about it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and pull up this. All you have to do is kind of pull it towards the side, like pull it like this, and it'll actually come right out. And then you can't really see. Hold on, let me grab a flashlight. I have one back here. Perfect. You're going to want to go ahead and see this right here where it says this. It's going to look exactly like this one. You just want to go ahead and pull it out, and let's go ahead and pull this one out. So all you're gonna do now is you're just gonna go ahead and put it back in place like so. It'll click in and then you're good to go. And then you put this back and then you're good.